Hello and welcome to another video. Today we are going to look at adding and subtracting integers, which just means numbers. So particularly we're going to be looking at negative and positive numbers. So adding and subtracting negative and positive numbers, because these can look quite confusing sometimes. Definitely when people are introduced to them in year 8, it's like, what on earth is going on? But it's okay. We will use a strategy to do this. First, what we need to look at is understanding the number line. So here I've just written, practice drawing a number line from -5 to 5. So most people don't have trouble drawing a number line, the positive part of the number line, but I'd just like you to look at what the negative part is. So as we can see, it's just like the positive part, but getting more and more negative. So this side gets more negative, the other side of 0. This side gets more positive. Notice that the number line is symmetrical about 0. So we've got 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. So you have to be comfortable with drawing a number line and using it. This is the strategy we are going to use to add and subtract integers. What we do, first step, keep the sign of the first number the same. So that just means keep this the same. So it'll just be -1, which we'll see soon. Circle the signs next to each other. So that's the key. The second step, circle the signs next to each other. And then you need to choose an operation using this fact. So same signs, add, different signs, subtract. Okay, let's have a look at it. So keep the sign of the first number the same, circle the signs next to each other, and choose an operation to make your life simpler. So the signs are different, so you subtract. And then we're going to use a number line. So -1, take 3. We're going to be going to the left. -1, taking away 3, moving to the left, ends up at -4. So that's the process we use. Need to circle those signs next to each other and make your life simpler by choosing an operation. So same signs add, different signs subtract. I might just copy that. You might want to make a note of this little strategy. I'll keep this up here. Okay, -8 plus 4. So our strategy is keep the first number the same. Looks good. And then it just says plus 4. So we don't actually have to choose here, which is nice. So start at -8 and then adding 4. So getting more positive. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we end up at -4. All right. -8, take away 4. So start at this number, start at the first number, -8, and we don't actually have to choose a sign. It's already decided for us, so don't need that. -8, taking away 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that will be -11, and that will be -12. So can you see that? When you're on the negative part of the number line, see how it's quite close to this, I guess? So quite similar to 8 plus 4 equals 12. -8 minus 4 is -12. So it's interesting. So again, we've got our little strategy here. Keep the sign of the first number the same. And then we've got to circle the signs next to each other and choose an operation. So let's just do this in red. Different signs, subtract. So I'm just going to rewrite it. I'm going to rewrite as -8 minus 9 and make my life simpler. This number line doesn't actually have any numbers on it. So let's try it out. -8 minus 9, we're getting more negative. So I'm going to put -8 over here because I know I'm going to need space to subtract that 9. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and see where we end up. Well, we've got -8, -9, -10, -11, whoopsie doopsies, -12, -13, -14, -15, -16, make sure that's in the middle, -17. So -8 take 9 is -17. And I guess you can also notice that 8 plus 9 is 17. So +8 plus 9 is +17. Things to look out for. This one. Keep the first number, the sign of the first number the same. And then we've got to choose an operation. Sign same means positive. So rewrite it. -8 plus 9 equals. So I know I'm going to be getting more positive. So I'm going to put I need to leave space to add on quite a large number, add on 9. And let's have a look. So I'm going to put -8 somewhere over this side. And then we're adding on 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And this will actually help us practice drawing up number lines. So we're heading towards 0, so we need to actually count backwards. -7, -6, -5, -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1. So we end up at 1. Remember the structure of the number line. See, it's symmetrical about 0 if ever you're confused on what to do. -1 maps to 1, -2 maps to 2. Just be careful drawing that number line. Again, 8 plus -4. First number stays the same. Circle the signs and choose. Different signs mean subtract. So let's rewrite it. 8 take 4. And I'm sure we all know that one. So 8 take 4 is 4. Don't actually need to use the number line. First number stays the same. Circle the signs. Same signs means add. 8 plus 4 is 12. That's all we need to lock in our mind. -15 plus 8. First number stays the same. Now I'm going to be adding on. So I'm going to start over here because I know that I'm getting more positive. So I'll just put my -15 there. And then we're adding, getting more positive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're going to need to count backwards again. So -14, -13, -12, -11, -10, -9, -8, -7. -7. So -15 getting 8 more positive will still be in the negatives. And you can just use a number line until you're comfortable with it. 5 plus -2. So try and do it without that strategy on this page this time. First number stays the same. Then we've got 2 signs written next to each other. Don't let the brackets scare you. It's all good. 5 minus 2, which I'm sure we all know is 3. So it looks scary, but just choose a sign and use a number line. Choose a sign and use a number line. 10, take away -42. Looks scary? It's not. First number stays the same. Circle the signs and choose. Same signs means plus. 10 plus 42. Which I guess we don't even need the number line, do we? So start with the bigger. So 42 plus 10 is 52. Just changing that tens column, right? And that's all I had to say on this. Just wanted to draw attention on this last slide to the difference between adding and subtracting integers versus multiplying and dividing integers. So I will say adding and subtracting integers, always use a number line for these guys. Always use a number line. So that's the strategy we just used. Multiplying and dividing integers, a little recap, is that you just ignore the signs and multiply as usual, and then you choose a sign at the end. So maybe just study this slide for a little bit and notice the differences. We've still got these key facts locked in our mind, but they just mean slightly different between adding and subtracting and multiplying and dividing. So I might just ask you to just compare and lock in your mind the difference between adding and subtracting versus multiplying and dividing. And that's all I had to say. So you have a lovely day or not.